Okay guys, so I'm going to do a quick video here on what we've accomplished so far. It's went a little slower than I wanted it to be. So we had some complications. We ordered the CV axles and they gave us the wrong CV axles. So that really sucked. Cleaned up the front end pretty good. You can see down here, it's starting to look really nice. Cleaned everything up. Got the new headlights installed with the HID headlights. I'm sorry, LED headlights. Let's see here. And this is what we have now. Bam! Look at that. Super, super bright. Really, really nice. And this comes from the headlight experts. Wonderful, wonderful job sending these to us. We got new bulbs in the front. Everything's looking good. We're going to put the Password JDM bumper holders in probably tomorrow. As I said, we ran into a little snafu, a little problem with the CV axles, and I had to wait for new ones to come in this afternoon, which took forever. And we had a problem with the sway bar end links. But as you can see under the hood, everything's cleaned up really nicely. You can see the header is in, and it's down under the engine. We cleaned up everything in here the best we could. The car is like, let's see, 97, so like 23 years old. So, but yeah, otherwise it's coming along very nicely, and it's really starting to look nice under the hood and cleaned up. I detailed a little bit just to kind of get rid of a bunch of junk that was in there. You can see that, and that side is clean all the way down around the front here. There was so much grease, grit, and nastiness. I just had to get rid of it. And we touched up everything. So it's really starting to look nice. Still no hood prop. I'll have to order that on eBay or something. And I'll probably take the hood off tomorrow, flip it upside down, and clean the dickens out of it, because there's a lot of grease and oil up in there. The engine, I'm not too impressed with this engine and the transmission. There's some leaky spots, and I'll probably just order something in the spring from Japan. But other than that, it's starting to come along really nicely. Let me shut that down. And yeah, the CV on the passenger side is in. The driver's side needs to actually still be installed. But guys, these headlights are already looking amazing. The front end of the car is really transforming. I have the bumper over here. I'm going to sand that, and we're going to go ahead and paint it. Just rattle can it with some paint I got, automotive paint from O'Reilly's, and then I'll worry about it next year if I really want to go the extra mile and get things really done up. So I haven't peeled the plastic off the headlights yet because it's kind of protecting the headlights, and I'm going to leave them on there until I can sort the rest of the car out. I got in here and really cleaned up a lot of the mud and things that were in there. It is a California car, so I tried to get in here the best I could. We repainted these. These are the bumper holders. I say we, but I repainted the bumper holders. Like I said, the Password JDMs will go in tomorrow. I had just picked up silicone because whenever you tap into your fender, guys, there we go. Whenever you tap into your fender to put these Password JDMs in, you have to mount them like so, and then one on the bottom end. And to stop water from getting in there, especially salty water from Chicago where they salt the roads, I put silicone in there before I tighten everything down, and that seals everything up really nicely, and you don't have to worry about the fender rusting or anything like that. That also goes for places where you're not actually dealing with salt water and rust. Yeah, you could stop the water from going in there, and unless you want to stop the rust completely, you could just get carbon fiber fenders or fiberglass fenders. So, which I still might do later down the road. Cleaned up this side, cleaned up around here, cleaned up in here. It's all very nicely done now. And this hood's gonna have to go bye-bye because we got a spot of rust already on here. Just gives me an excuse to get a carbon fiber one or a fiberglass one, probably carbon fiber. And then we'll see. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and take this axle out. That's the plan. And we'll go from there and just start finishing up things. I have the new Mugen-esque TR styled front grille, so that'll go in, and you can see it'll look really cool. It'll look really nice. So the plan is to sand this front bumper down the best I can, touch it up. I might try to get an air sander on it. We'll see. And then I'll have to mask it all off, which is what I forgot. I forgot to get masking tape. Then after that's all done, we'll finish the rest of the exhaust. I really want to get the front end wrapped up, and with the exhaust, transition to the back of the car. Once the exhaust is in, I'm going to tackle and put all my attention to this this bumper here. This rear bumper is falling down, so I don't like that. And we're going to throw some password JDMs on there, and this should hold it really nicely with the stock stuff. But the stock stuff is just garbage. Everybody who owns a Honda or has ever worked on a Honda knows that this is just messed up. After that, I'll probably go ahead and peel this off, because I'll use a heat gun to peel that off, just because it's ridiculous. I might order a little spoiler that pops up here. Not a big one. I don't want a handlebar giant spoiler on the back here. I'm trying to keep the car somewhat decent and not cheesy. It'll just be a runabout. The car is going to be a runabout. It'll be a winter ride. And to top it all off, I'm going to try and throw advertisement on the car for Street Culture. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do the car or what kind of design it's going to be in. But it's all good. It doesn't really matter. It's not a bad little car. It really isn't. It has its weak spots. I did notice that it's going to need a steering rack and some outer tie rods. So I will probably buy that on the next go around in a few weeks or something. I'll tackle it again when I have some more time. But right now I don't really have any time. I want to get the car up and running. But I'll probably do the steering rack next. And then I'll do some new brakes on the front, pads and rotors, just to make sure everything's copacetic. And then, yeah, it should be ready to rock and roll for the wintertime. I'm still going to get some new mirrors, because this mirror over here is garbage. I don't know what's up. So I'll probably go online and find something with that. I hope you guys are watching the videos. I hope you like what you see here. As you can see, the old headlights are right here. These are just horrible, so these are going to get thrown out. Look at how fogged over these are. They're just terrible. And that's just from all the sitting out in the sun for years and years and years. Good thing these are cheap, so I just went ahead and replaced them. And tomorrow I'll finish putting all this in and get rid of some of these boxes and things that we don't need anymore. I'll probably pack these headlights back up in the new headlight box, and then what I'll do is I'll just take them to, I don't know, a parts store or whatever, and throw them in their yeah. So we lost some over here. I'm not going to walk over there because the manifold is over there, the original manifold. There was a crack in the manifold. We were losing a lot of pressure there, which is probably why the car was running a little rough at sometimes. Also, underneath the car, which I will cover later, the exhaust was just hanging by like hose clamps and stuff. It's really ridiculous. So whoever did this didn't do a very good job. And long story short, that's where we're at. So one more axle to go for tomorrow. The password JDMs for the front end. We'll put those in. We'll square away the bumper and the exhaust, and tackle this back end hopefully by the afternoon. Yeah, props to O'Reilly's for getting me the right axles. Guys, we literally had to measure with a micrometer the shafts, because the shafts that were on here originally were like 26 millimeter, and the ones that I had ordered, they said for this car originally were like 29 millimeter, and they were both the same size, equal length. Well, I knew that was a no-go, so when I thought I'd give it a try anyway, but once I found out that one was shorter and one was longer, and the diameter was too big, I said, yeah, something definitely needs to be corrected. So we got with O'Reilly's today. They had 9 sets of CV axles sent in from other locations. Thanks to Alyssa at the O'Reilly's in Portage, Indiana, for squaring that away for us. Guys, she's got her own channel, and she's got her own sets of cars, and she's really into it. It's really cool to see a nice gal or Sheila getting into the cars. But she ordered 9 sets of CV axles from different locations, had them shipped here by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we just started going through, me and Manny, that's his name, Manny, we just started going through each one and measuring them with micrometers to find out which one would work. And finally, once we struck the passenger side, we knew exactly which one to couple it with, and we were good to go. So yeah, they brought like 18 CV axles total over. So yeah. Anyway, this is what we got going on. We're going to get all this wrapped up, packed up. We'll throw all this junk away tomorrow, and we'll start cleaning up. But I still got to do the interior, so we're gonna rent a upholstery cleaner / carpet cleaner from Home Depot, and we're gonna clean the piss out of this thing. And we'll see how the carpet turns out. I am gonna clean the carpet for now, but I'll probably order one from Aardvark Carpet Company in the future. Definitely want to clean up the interior though, but because I'm gonna be driving this to work, and yeah, it's just so much better when the car is fresh and clean. This thing was a mess, guys. Look at the door sills in here. If you could see that goo right there, that's how this whole thing was. Like, no joke, it was disgusting, filthy. So yeah, I gotta put some grease on there, and fix some of these things. But the car has been with the same owner for like 18 years, and they just drove it and drove it and drove it, and didn't really take very good care of it. I mean, the car is still rust free for the most part. We got a few little specks of rust here and there, like on the chips on the hood and things like that, but underneath there's no rust. This car is solid, guys. So I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can for this winter. I'll drive it one winter, and then we're going to take it down with us to Texas, and most likely this car will get completely redone too, and both the Civic NBR and this one will be around. Definitely got to get rid of that little bubble mirror. It's so stupid. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys are liking the videos. I'm gonna go ahead and post this, and then I'll post the link on my Instagram. Yeah, got a lot of good things coming, and got to have something like this for the winter in Chicago. We still have to get our winter tires. That's coming. I'll have to order those from Tire Rack, and then maybe next weekend I will go ahead and order them, and then put them, on the car with Discount Tire. I'll have them do all the mounting and balancing. But they're only 14-inch tires, so they're gonna be super cheap. I think they're like $250 for 4 winter tires, and yeah, they're dedicated winter tires. And the temperature's already dropping, guys. It's like 40 degrees and 35 degrees at night, so we'll definitely be able to drive them no problem. Those tires are supposed to be in temperatures of 55 degrees and below. So right now we're at around 60. It's not gonna hurt nothing, because I'm only gonna drive this in the morning. I drive like 8 miles, 12 miles to work, somewhere in between there. So it's not gonna hurt nothing, especially for one season. And then next summer, we're gonna get a few more things for the car, get some nice wheels on here when we move down. Hopefully we move down to Texas. So we'll see what happens. Guys, thanks for watching. I got more videos coming in the next day or two as we button this thing up and get it ready to hit the road again. And we're gonna get some tires and a few other things by the end of next week. So yeah, hopefully with a little bit of luck, she'll be ready to go for the winter time, and everything will work out just fine. Still got to do a heater core though. I have to touch base on that tomorrow, and those are pretty easy in these cars. So a lot of this stuff is easy in this car. I forgot what it was like working on a Honda Civic from 92 to 2000. They're so user friendly, and they're so easy to work on. Yeah, it's really plug and play, guys. So if you want a nice runabout, you can get a car like this for cheap. This was like $1,500, which is still a little high, but you could probably pick one up for $1,000, and then drop a brand new motor in for $400 from Japan. And I say brand new, it's got like 40,000 miles on it, but you could do that. A few other little things. I mean, suspension for this car on eBay or Overstock.com, full suspension, coilovers, everything, right? With polyurethane bushings, we're talking $800. And then freaking, and that's if you want to really go balls out and really replace everything, trailing arm bushings and all that stuff. But if you wanted just a nice set of coilovers, some nice lower control arms and upper control arms, and kind of freshen things up, you could easily spend just $400 or $500 on this car for suspension. Engine, $400, transmission, maybe $200 for a manual, and then $200 for the exhaust, and everything is fresh again. Those engines, they come from Japan, and they only have 40,000 miles on them, maybe 40 to 60. And that's it. That's nothing for a Honda. This car has 280,000 miles on it, on the engine. And the frame is rust-free. So if I put a fresh motor in here, it'll easily go another 250,000 miles. So anyway, we still have the timing belt to do and the water pump, but I'll let Honda handle that. I'm not going to deal with it here. Yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys with the next video. Keep watching, and make sure to smash that follow button and smash that like button on my Instagram as well. Subscribe.